everyone, it's Alpaca. D&D. Oh, how I love this game that I never seem to do more than 3 sessions of a campaign. But that's okay, because like most games nowadays, my favorite part of D&D is the character creation. Now, I've said I wanted to do videos other than normal redesigns or design ones, so today we're taking inspiration from Roll for Sandwich from Adventures in Narnia and every other series based on it, and we're rolling for character. I decided I would start with D&D because I've been playing a bunch of Baldur's Gate 3 with my friends. I've been having a lot of fun, so I thought it'd be so cool to design some characters that any of you at home can use. I want to make Roll for Character series, and I've already decided the next episode will be for Genshin Impact. But if you have any other ideas for fandoms I could roll for, please let me know down below. And while you're down there, be sure to drop me a little subscribe as you do so. It sparkles and it makes me happy. What more could you want? And speaking of subscribing, I want to thank you guys for 5, 6, and 7,000 subscribers. So many of you guys have joined the Pack since I last made a video, so I want to make sure that everyone knows that I appreciate you all. And because of all the new people, I am now officially monetized. You should consider becoming a member today for some funky perks like the ones on screen. You should also consider commissioning me on VGen. I'm currently saving up for a really big event next year, and every dollar counts. You can get illustrations, PNG tuber models, Roblox, and Minecraft avatars, and so much more. Head to the link on screen or check it out in my description as well. So let's finally talk about what we're doing today. To put it simply, I rolled some dice for each character to represent these 6 categories. I don't have a proper camera nor a tripod to roll real life dice, so we're using Google, bear with me. Our 6 categories are race, class, personality, color palette, background, and random theme. Wait, random theme? What's that? Why, little viewer, these are themes that you from home gave me. I asked in my community tab for you guys to give me some random objects and subjects without any context, and I have to somehow incorporate that theme into my design on top of everything else. Remember to check out my community tab if you want to help out with one of my future videos. I yoinked 20 of your guys' suggestions and put them into this little list. But that's enough of that. You want to hear about these characters, don't you? Perfect! Our first character today has a bunch of different concepts. For her, we rolled Dwarf, Bard, Gemini, Summer, Sage, and the random suggestion from you guys is Love Core. So, now that we have that out of the way, may I introduce to you Lyra Stonebeard. So, I don't know if you can tell, but this is my first time doing a non-scripted speed paint. Like, the intro was scripted, but I've always struggled writing scripts. It's always been the thing that makes this the hardest part of making a video. I say that like this video isn't months late, but I'm trying to get used to doing it. I'm a big drama person. I did theater, so I'm somewhat good at improv, but I don't know. There's something about scripts that's just really difficult for me to write, but just keep that in mind when you listen to these speed paints and going, what the hell is she talking about? I don't know. I do have bullet points, so I know somewhat what I'm talking about, but just keep that in mind. But yes, she is a dwarf, and I never draw them because my main characters are tieflings. I know I'm gay, but I really like how she came out, all things considered. I did struggle getting the proportions correctly, but because I wanted to show how she's short and stocky without anyone being next to her, right? You want to be able to tell the vibes just by looking at her. Took a bit of trial and error, but overall I'm actually really happy with it. Also, I just need to say, she's a dwarf, and I think they all need beards, regardless of gender. It's good, but she keeps it short for maintenance reasons, and but I just felt like she had to have the beard, otherwise she's a dwarf. It's just so good. Anyways. So she's a bard, and I was really struggling with like how to properly get bard in there, but with their backstory, I thought she'd be really good as like using a flute and violin, flute being her main one, but as you'll hear, she is really good at serenades. She's very good at wooing people and like knowing how to get the mood correct. And that's because she is a sage of matchmaking. She grew up in a small village living near a mine, and her family, that's what her family loved. But there was just something about her. She loved love. She loved learning about it. She loved talking about it. She wanted to know how love worked. And that was her heart's passion, was just to help people find love, because she just loved it so much. As I'm recording this, I'm kind of realizing kind of how similar she is to Pinkie Pie, but her family and her grew up in a village near a mine, and she spent her whole day working there trying to please her family, but inside she knew what her passion was, and that was love. So when she was old enough, she managed to run away and head off to the big city to study and learn matchmaking. And she's one of the best in the nation. She is one of the best matchmakers, but she knows this, and she's very impulsive to tell people about their compatibility, and she will info dump on anyone if they even so mentioned love. She will tell anyone how to find their best partner, and that's the Gemini in her. But she does hate the term soulmate, so don't ask her that. So that's how we get into love core. We would put the love core into the design, into her backstory, a little bit of Gemini into there, her bard because she serenades. How the hell was I gonna work summer? Because summer is so difficult, let me just say, because it will either look too much like spring or too much like autumn, and it's so hard to find a good mix. I basically did autumn colors, but brighter and with blue. And most people I asked have guessed autumn, so they've gotten everything except for summer. But in my opinion, that's fine. But just, if you have any ideas for what I could have done, please let me know. It was truly a struggle. I tried so many different colors, trying to make it work without it leaning too much into another season. But now we're going to go into her adventuring party. Basically, she is currently traveling the nation. She is like a traveling tour right now. She is basically just helping people as she goes, because imagine her as a dating app. She has such good memory. She'll be like, oh, I know someone for you. And she'll try and get the two together. She really is like a dating app now that I think about it, huh? But she's currently traveling around the continent, and she stumbles upon her current adventuring party because she hears about an orc. This orc is unfortunately a cursed prince, as many are, you know? And as soon as she heard about him and seeing the party get together trying to help him solve his curse, she felt compelled to join them, just because she was going that way anyways, but also the curse that is upon the orc is love related, so it just made sense for her to join them and possibly help him out. You'll get to hear about the orc as well, trust me. But one thing I would like to say is she may be good at compatibility for everyone but herself. She will never know if anyone's flirting with her, if she has a crush on anyone. She's just so bad when it comes to herself. She'll just be like, friendship. She's so oblivious to the orc's advances towards her. Here is her design. I love her, how she came out, honestly. I would probably actually use her if I ever played, but I mean mainly a DM recently. Please let me know if you use her in your next campaign, whether as an NPC or if you play her. I want to know everything. Just let me know in the comments, on my socials. I would love to hear it. You don't understand. But we're of course going to go to our next character. We have the aforementioned orc part of Lyra's adventuring team, Ogol. Ogol is a orc barbarian, Capricorn, noble, spring, and his special theme is fog. This was somehow even harder than Lyra's one, but I think I managed to pull it all together. So, Ogol is an orc, but was originally a human who was unfortunately cursed after upsetting the wrong person. As many of these curses work, it's never gonna change. But because of being transformed and not understanding why, he bottles up this rage and hence becomes a barbarian, using that rage within him of not understanding and being hateful towards the world for turning him into this. He is violent. He's a constant threat, and he will just do anything to stop this except for better himself, apparently. His family being like, hey, we don't want to deal with you anymore, sends him off, and he just happens to stumble upon an adventuring party full of very lovely adventurers, and they accept him and all of his flaws. They offer to help him find a way to break the curse. So when they heard about Lyra going around tour, they knew exactly who to go to when they found out that he just needed true love. They purposely sought after Lyra so we can get him some love and he can turn back into his normal human self. That is one thing. I'm not giving him a human name. That's for anyone who wants to decide that, because he doesn't have a official human designs. I will have the orc, and if you want to use him, you're going to have to do the human part, because it depends on what your world is, right? I don't know what's going on. You use him. Once he becomes part of the party, he is so loyal, and he realizes all his mistakes. The more he gets to know everyone and how good of people they are, he realizes that he needs to change himself, and he starts working super hard towards it. He's persistent on trying to make sure this is all right, and he's just the definition of hardworking. He does everything and anything to help everyone, and he just becomes a sweetheart in the end, and that rage within him slowly turns into something else. He doesn't know quite yet, but little does he know it's love. One thing with this is I'm really glad that I got spring for him, because having the green orc skin with the spring colors, perfect. It worked a lot better, but I did add more spring feel to it with the flowers and such, just to add to it. I want to imagine that he was given those flowers by Lyra as a way to like pretty him, bring more color. But the fog was the hardest part, trying to work out how that works. So my main thing for it is, I didn't show it off, but imagine the fog coming out of his nose, and that will transform him. Maybe idea that Snow White in the red shoes, that kind of idea, when no one's looking at him, he turns back into the prince. I really like that idea, actually. We're going with that one. No one looking at him, and the fog comes out of his nose, and he turns back into a human, but he instantly changes back if someone looks back at him. So I have a small idea for what his backstory is from before he became an orc, and that's your stereotypical, very rich, prissy, spoiled prince accidentally insults someone after being very narcissistic upon his looks and judging them on theirs, and that just ties into what I said. He was very bad towards other races, especially orcs. He was very racist, I guess. So this just kind of adds the more karma and why he's so vengeful over this fact of being transformed into an orc rather than just an ugly human. But I really like the idea of his design being super gruff and mean, to slowly warming up to the party, to slowly warming up to Lyra. Just, love. If you can't tell, some of his main inspirations are Beast, now Snow White and the Red Shoes, the guys, and also Fiona from Shrek, just because that's just what I think of because of the turning green and being royalty. It just works. I really do like his design a lot, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out, all things considered. Do you have any ideas? What would you do with his story? Because I feel like he can do so many things. His one I like to leave up for interpretation, because there's so much that can become. Like, what kind of prince is he? Why, what did he do? If you ever use him in your campaign, please tell me. I would love to hear all about it and how you change him. And what his human design is. Oh my god, please show me what his design is. I so badly want to see that. But we're going to end this here. Here is his design, and please let me know what you think. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. Gosh, it was so fun doing something rather than just a fandom redesign, doing something that I personally wanted to do. It's so good. Most of my posting career has been fandom related, so it's been very fun shaking things up. But yes, like I've been saying this whole video, please let me know if you ever use my characters. It would mean so much, and being able to hear the stories you've used if you have any ideas. These are basically my somewhat blank slates that you can use whatever you want, just as long as you credit me if you do anything with it publicly. But yes, thank you so much. Next up is Genshin, so remember to give me some ideas for that. But what do you want to see next video? If you have any ideas for those, I'm going to be posting on my community tab sometime soon after Christmas, so just keep an eye out for that one. Hopefully I managed to get this video out just before I headed off to visit my family again, so that's super exciting. And just a reminder, make sure you subscribe, it sparkles, yippee, and like that video as well. Once again, I'd love to thank all my coffee members, DogTags8000, AMK Heart, Precise Space, and shh. I would also like to thank my YouTube member, Glitch Crown. You should also check out their YouTube, trust me. If you guys want exclusive behind the scenes content, discounts on my commissions, such as on my VGen, you get free art every month, and so much more, please be sure to become a member of my coffee. We have memberships starting at $2 and goes up to 50 New Zealand dollars. You can also get similar perks if you become a YouTube member, which is so much easier. You just press that join button down below. For more information about membership and commissions, my coffee link is in the description. And thank you guys so much again. Might I recommend this amazing video here? It's so good. Wow, look at it. Wow, it's there. And remember guys, make sure you look after yourselves. Eat food, drink water, take your meds, and do your homework so we can be happy and healthy for the next video. See you later!